Something ancient is stirring beneath the veil. As the final days of July approach, specifically the sacred window from July 29th to July 31st, a rare spiritual phenomenon is unfolding, and you are being called to withdraw, to isolate, and to listen. These 3 days are not just endings on a calendar. They are the closing chapters of a karmic cycle, echoing the whispers of your ancestors and the divine blueprint you signed before you incarnated into this lifetime. The energy during these final days is thick, almost electric. Those who are attuned can already feel it. The air becomes heavier. Dreams become strange and prophetic, and your emotions may surge without reason. This is not chaos. It's a spiritual purging. It's the universe pressing its finger on the reset button. And you, if you are one of the chosen, must heed the warning. Pull back from the world. Disconnect and face your soul in stillness. Because what's coming is not just a shift, it's a reckoning. July 29th, 30th, and 31st are more than just dates. They are an energetic portal of divine closure. The cosmic alignments during these days are intensely focused on endings, karmic rebalancing, and spiritual purification. If you've been feeling drained, agitated, or lost lately, it's because the universe is stripping away every false layer you've worn, preparing you for a new spiritual identity that will emerge in August. But that emergence requires isolation. During these 3 days, you must retreat, not out of fear, but out of sacred duty. Turn off the noise, limit your interactions, and stop absorbing the frequencies of others, because your field is being recalibrated. If you stay immersed in the chaos of the external world, you will miss the inner downloads that are meant only for you. These downloads are coded with your next mission, your soul's next assignment, and they can only be received in solitude. Why? Isolation. Because the noise of the world distorts divine frequency. Between July 29th and 31st, a cosmic vacuum is opening, a space where the illusion of time thins, and you are able to meet the true version of yourself outside the interference of collective programming. When you isolate during this window, you're not hiding. You're entering the inner sanctum of your spirit. You're stepping into the silence where the soul can finally speak. These are the days where your spiritual vision sharpens and sacred messages flow through your body, not just your mind. You'll begin to remember what you forgot. Visions from past lives, warnings from the higher realms, even brief encounters with your future self. But if you stay plugged in, distracted by the dramas of others, the media, the constant buzz, you will drown these signals in static. The universe is whispering to you in codes of light, and silence is the only language it speaks. Your isolation becomes a spiritual antenna, drawing in messages from the Akasha, from your guides, from the hidden dimensions that only reveal themselves in holy stillness. You may feel resistance. Your mind may say, "What's the point of isolating? Nothing will happen." But that resistance is part of the test. It is your lower self attempting to cling to the old timeline, the outdated identity you've outgrown. These final days of July are not passive. They are soul surgery. Old wounds may resurface. Shadows you thought were healed may rise for one last confrontation. But don't run. Don't numb it. Don't distract yourself. The isolation is designed to bring the pain to the surface, not to punish you, but to purify you. You're not being asked to isolate because something is wrong. You're being invited to isolate because something within you is about to be reborn. The solitude of these 3 days is your spiritual cocoon. If you honor it, you will emerge into August with clarity, with spiritual strength, and with a recalibrated frequency that no longer vibrates with fear, doubt, or confusion. There is something very few will tell you. These last 3 days of July are aligned with ancient planetary forces that have remained hidden from mainstream astrology. Energies from the outer realms, especially Saturn's karmic waves and the subtle pull of Pluto's deep unconscious field, converge during this closing window. That convergence acts as a cosmic audit, assessing who is ready to carry divine energy into the next phase of this planetary awakening. If you've been walking the path of spiritual service, if you've been silently healing, transforming, and shedding layer after layer, these 3 days are your confirmation. You're not crazy for wanting solitude. You're not wrong for craving silence. The reason you've been feeling called to retreat is because your soul already knows something massive is being recalibrated in the spiritual dimensions, and you are a key holder in this transition. But the codes can only be transferred in stillness. The divine does not shout, it whispers, and only those who are silent will hear it. Do not underestimate the power of doing nothing. In this world, we are conditioned to believe that stillness is laziness, that retreat is weakness. But in the higher realms, true spiritual warriors are those who know when to step back, when to become invisible, when to let the silence speak, louder than any action. From July 29th to 31st, you are being spiritually summoned to disappear, not forever, but for a holy moment. Think of it like the moon going dark before becoming new. This is your own inner void. In these 3 days, the universe will initiate you through silence. Your auric field will be cleared. Hidden timelines will collapse. Old karma will dissolve. You may even feel physical symptoms: heaviness, fatigue, strange vibrations in your chest or crown. Do not be alarmed. This is the recalibration. Drink water, rest, unplug. Listen, journal if you're called, but mostly just be. You are not alone. The higher realms are watching, guiding, and protecting you, but they need you to step out of the noise to receive what's next. During these sacred 3 days, you may feel called to let go of people, beliefs, routines, or even identities. This is not a coincidence. The energy of July's end is not soft, it is surgical. It cuts away what no longer belongs to your ascended timeline. The relationships that drain you, the roles you've outgrown, the narratives that no longer reflect your truth, all of these will feel heavy, unnatural, even toxic. Don't cling to them. Let them fall away with grace. This isolation is not only external, it is energetic. You are being asked to sever attachments that have entangled your light for too long. The universe is preparing you for something bigger, something higher, something divine. But it cannot bless you with what's next if you're still holding hands with the past. The more you release during this window, the lighter you will become. And the lighter you become, the more effortlessly you will rise into the frequency of your true cosmic self. You may notice strange dreams, prophetic symbols, or even déjà vu. During these days, this is no accident. The veil is thin. Your soul is traveling between dimensions as you sleep, retrieving fragments of wisdom, healing past life timelines, and opening access to higher truths. Don't ignore your dreams. They are messages from the hidden realms. Journal them. Reflect on them. Symbols may appear: serpents, ancient ruins, golden light, collapsing cities, all signs of deep inner transformation. Even waking life may feel dreamlike. You may feel disoriented or hypersensitive. This is because you're not fully anchored in this reality during this cosmic purge. Part of your spirit is in the higher realms, gathering guidance, aligning new codes, preparing your path. Trust what you feel. Logic has no place in this process. The divine speaks in sensation, emotion, and vibration. The more you surrender, the more clearly you will receive. Don't seek validation from others during these 3 days. Many around you may not understand why you feel the need to withdraw. That's because this message is not for everyone. It is for the spiritually awake, the energetically sensitive, the chosen ones who came here to help anchor the new earth frequency. Your path will not always be understood, and it was never meant to be. This is a sacred initiation. The final days of July are your private temple. Let no one incite it. The moment you explain your solitude, you dilute it. This time is for you and the divine alone. Your soul signed up for this upgrade long before you arrived on earth. It knows what to do. All you have to do is listen. Honor the silence. Treat these 3 days like a holy fast, not just from food or distraction, but from noise, energy entanglements, and worldly interference. Protect your portal. When the final sunset of July descends on the 31st, something within you will shift. You may not fully understand what has changed, but you will feel it. A quiet knowing, a deepened peace, a newfound clarity. This is the gift of isolation, alignment. You will emerge into August with a lighter frequency, a more crystalline, energy-filled, and a magnetic spiritual presence. The world may not notice immediately, but those who see with spirit will know. You've been transformed. You walked through a hidden portal. You obeyed the call. You let go when others clung. You were silent when others shouted. You chose stillness, and that stillness became your gateway. Now, you are ready. The next phase of your mission begins in August. But only those who honored these 3 days will carry the frequency to fully embody it. The universe whispered. You listened. Now watch what unfolds. As the hours of July 29th drift toward midnight, you may sense a gathering Hashan, almost uncanny stillness wrapping itself around your auric field. This hush is not emptiness, but a pregnant pause in the cosmic heartbeat, a moment when past, present, and future braid themselves into one continuous thread inside your chest. In that hush, you will hear the echo of every promise your soul ever made to the universe. Every vow to rise, every whisper of destiny. Isolation amplifies the echo until it becomes an undeniable call. Will you answer? Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and allow the silence to pull those ancient promises to the surface. Feel them vibrate in your bones like golden filaments, waiting for you to claim them. Some of you will experience a fierce inner tempest, sudden surge of memories and unresolved feelings that crash like waves against the walls of your heart. Do not mistake this storm for regression. It is alchemical fire. Old energy must burn, so new light can pour in. Sit with the flames, rather than fleeing. Journal the memories, speak them aloud, cry them out, sing them into the air. Your isolation is the crucible, emotion is the fuel. Transformation is the result. When the flames die down, you will discover embers of wisdom glowing where pain once resided. On July 30th's first dawn, you may awaken feeling strangely weightless, as if the Earth's gravity has loosened its hold. In truth, your vibration is rising, making dense reality feel for an almost ill-fitting. Ground yourself not by returning to old routines, but by rooting your energy through intention. Touch the earth, place your palms on the floor, whisper gratitude for the planet that hosts your metamorphosis. In that grounding, you bridge heaven and earth, allowing the light you've harvested in silence to anchor into physical form. Expect the unexpected communications from the unseen realms. Flickers of light in the corner of your eye, sink so precise they leave you breathless. The sudden fragrance of incense where none burns. These are confirmation codes, multidimensional post-its, left by guides who stand just outside the visible spectrum. Each sign says the same thing. Keep going. You are exactly where you need to be. Record these confirmations. They will become spiritual proof during future moments of doubt by midday on the 30th. A profound emptiness may settle in your solar plexus, an expansive void that feels both unsettling and liberating. This is the sacred emptiness mystics chase. For lifetimes the womb of potential where soul upgrades take root. Resist the urge to fill it with noise, food, or distraction. Simply become the void. Allow the nothingness to speak. Within its silence lies every possibility you have ever dreamed, swirling like galaxies waiting for your choice to crystallize them into reality. Night 2 ushers in the Hall of Mirrors, vivid inner visions where you face alternate versions of yourself, outcomes born of choices you never made. Do not recoil. Each reflection is a mentor, showing you the roads not taken so you can harvest their wisdom without living their pain. Thank every mirror, forgive every regret, bless every path. In doing so, you collapse untold timelines and channel their liberated energy into the single radiant line you will carry beyond July. July 31st dawns like a celestial rite of passage. The air itself hums with final exam energy. Your task, hold unwavering presence. From sunrise to sunset, remain an observer of every sensation, thought, and synchronicity. Imagine yourself the eye of a hurricane still, watchful, sovereign. The whirlwinds of global chaos may howl outside your solitude, but within the eye there is only serenity. This steady presence is your soul's diploma, proof that you can command stillness amid planetary turbulence. During the afternoon, a soft but unmistakable calling will bloom in your heart, an image word, or melody that feels like destiny gently tapping your shoulder. Write it down, speak it aloud. This is the seed of your August mission, a blueprint encoded specifically for your frequency. Nurture it with reverence. Do not rush to share it. Secrets planted in rich, private soil grow roots strong enough to weather any future storm. As twilight paints the sky on the 31st, spend one last hour in intentional release. Inhale deeply, envision golden light filling your body. Exhale, expelling every remnant of fear, doubt, and stagnation. Speak a final affirmation. I seal this portal in love and rise reborn. Feel a quiet snap, like a cosmic latch closing, signaling that the isolation period has accomplished its purpose. A hush will follow, but this time it will feel alive, pulsing with fresh potential. When midnight arrives and July surrenders to August, step outside even briefly in. Look up. The same sky you saw 3 days ago will appear newborn, sparkling with uncommon clarity. That mirror bright canopy reflects the rebirth inside you. Perspectives sharper, intuition louder, purpose undeniable. You will feel it in your heartbeat, a rhythmic certainty that you are synced with a higher cadence, marching to the drumbeat of cosmic destiny. From this moment, carry your upgraded frequency like a secret lantern, illuminating every room you enter. Your isolation was not escape, it was initiation. The world will feel the difference, even if it cannot name it. As we approach the final threshold of July, the veiled passage of July 29th through July 31st, the air thickens with sacred tension. These are not ordinary days. These are cosmic thresholds, vibrational gates through which only the spiritually attuned may pass fully awakened. The universe is extending a silent but urgent invitation to isolate, to withdraw from the noise, the drama, the frequencies of a collapsing world, and step into your own sacred stillness. This is not avoidance. This is spiritual strategy. During these 3 final days, the heavens realign in a rare energetic configuration that cannot be fully seen, only felt. While astrologers may trace the movements of planets, only the mystics can feel the soul weather, and this soul weather is stormy, sacred, and purifying. The energies are forcing the truth to rise, the illusions to dissolve, and the false identities you've clung to for survival to crack and fall away. You are not being punished. You are being freed. But you must step back from the world long enough to receive the downloads, the visions, and the messages that are coded for your soul alone. This is the soul's silent ceremony, and it cannot be attended in the crowd. Why isolation? Because only in stillness can the deepest frequencies of the universe be heard. Between July 29th and 31st, the veil becomes thin. Your subconscious opens. The Akashic realm flows nearer. You may notice dreams becoming more vivid, even prophetic, as if your higher self is finally breaking through the static. You may feel a magnetic pull to retreat, sleep more, speak less, and simply feel. This is your spirit responding to divine instruction, even before your conscious mind understands. These instincts are not coincidences. They are celestial commands. What happens if you ignore this call? You risk missing the portal entirely. You may find yourself tangled in emotional chaos, heightened fatigue, or mental fog, because these 3 days act as a final purge, a karmic cleanse, a soul recalibration, and if you refuse to make space for it, the energy will attempt to force its way through. That's why emotions surge. That's why strange synchronicities and emotional confrontations seem to appear out of nowhere. But if you listen, if you honor the sacred isolation, the transformation becomes graceful, gentle, divine. This is also a time of energetic separation. Not every person, place, or pattern can follow you into your next chapter. The universe is asking you to evaluate who drains you, what no longer resonates, which beliefs have become cages. In solitude, the answers rise without distortion. You realize what must be released. You realize who you are without the noise, without the masks, without the false expectations. This clarity cannot be gifted in a crowd. It blooms in silence. You may feel a sense of timelessness, a strange in-between where nothing feels solid. This is because you are floating between dimensions. The past has lost its grip, but the future has not yet anchored. You are in the liminal space, the sacred void, the 0 point. And in this place, miracles are seeded, new timelines are chosen, old contracts are burned. Your entire soul path can be rewritten in this stillness, if you are brave enough to stay inside it. Isolation is the cocoon, and the cocoon is not punishment, it is preparation for wings. The body may respond to you may feel lightheaded, fatigued, or deeply emotional. Let it be. This is the integration process, the body catching up to the soul's acceleration. Drink water, rest deeply, eat only what your intuition allows. Avoid screens, avoid overstimulation. Every outer distraction is an enemy to the signal trying to reach you. This is a sacred transmission, and transmissions require silence to be received. And then, as July 31st approaches nightfall, something shifts. A final download is received. A hidden door unlocks within your heart. A quiet knowing anchors in your bones. You may not yet have the words for it, but you'll feel the difference. You've crossed something, closed something, claimed something. And from that stillness, you'll rise with an upgraded frequency, more clear, more aligned, more unshakable. And your mission. August will feel different, but it will only reveal its blessings to those who honored this 3-day initiation. For those who chose presence over productivity, soul over stimulation, intuition over intellect. These 3 days are your proof to the universe that you are ready for more, that you can hold the light even when the world grows dark, that you can step out of the matrix without fear, that you can be trusted with higher codes. So, heed the warning, not with fear, but with reverence. Withdraw not to escape the world, but to become the vessel through which the new world is born. For those 3 final days of July, the portals open, the veils thin, the spirit whispers, and the question becomes, will you be quiet enough to hear? If you are, you will rise not just into a new month, but into a new destiny.